Hey there, Stampers. This is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sherwood Park, Alberta. And today I've got a fun project for you that would be perfect to give to coworkers or friends around Valentine's time. All right, and we're using product from the new January to June mini catalog, which will be available to order January 3rd, unless you would like to include it as part of your starter kit. So as part of your starter kit, if you purchase the starter kit now between now and January 2nd, you can include any of the pre-order product. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the stamp set and the punches that I'm using are from my Heart suite of products that are in the catalog, and I'm using lots of other things from that catalog as well, or from that suite as well. So this is a stamp set. So it's got obviously lots of heart images and friendship greetings and obviously Valentine's Day and love you greetings. And then you can get it as a bundle and save 10%. And it comes with 2 punches. So one regular shaped heart and then one scalloped edged heart. And of course they nest perfectly. All right, also included in that suite are these gorgeous heart-shaped doilies. You get 20 in each of the 2 colors, so Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. And when you flip them over, they're white, so you can really make them any color you want. So those are great. And then we are also using these little heart-shaped tins. And these are super cute. These will fit in the bottom of the tin, but they will also fit in the top of the tin. So that's how we're going to use it today. These you can actually bake in them. So you can create little mini cakes and bake them for your friends and family. Isn't that adorable? So fun. Now a little trick, when you do put the lids on these, you want to make sure that this is on your table or on a sturdy surface. When you put them on, you don't want to hold them because of course they're just aluminum foil. So they bend and they'll change their shape really easily. So the lids pop on nicely if you just leave them on the table or on a flat surface. Okay. All right, so we're going to use one of those. And then also as part of the suite is some Real Red stitched, I think it's double stitched ribbon. It's beautiful satin ribbon and it's got stitching on both sides. So we're going to use a little piece of that. All right, and then there's a couple other items that are part of that suite as well. There's some faceted dots, and that might be it. Actually, I think we're using everything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull in a piece of Whisper White scrap, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat because I'm using a more solid image, and some Flirty Flamingo ink. And I'll just ink that up. This is one of the projects that I did at my team meeting in December. I'm hoping my ink pad is still well inked. So I'm going to stamp this down. So, and this has a scallop border around it. So I could use the scallop punch and punch it out, and I'll show you that. So if I slide the scallop punch in there, it'll punch out beautifully. But I don't want to use the scallop punch. What I want to use is I want to use the solid heart, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm just going to position this in here. Just like that, and punch that out. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, and then I've gone ahead and I've punched out just a solid Whisper White scallop heart because I wanted my scallops to be white. So I wanted there to be a bit more of a difference in the background. I didn't want it to be so patterned. So I'm just going to take this and stick that onto the scallop. Just like that, so I have that nice scallop border. And then I'm going to pull this in, and I'm going to use dimensionals to stick this down. Actually, let's decorate this first before we do that. It'll be easier than having to decorate it while it's on there. So I've got a piece of real red ribbon that measures about 6.5 inches. I'll probably might have to trim it down a little bit. And it's just gonna get folded across like this and stuck on to our doily. So I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive. Just kind of fold it in half. And then stick it down kind of at an angle like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this greeting that says, "So lucky to have a friend like you." So isn't that perfect for a coworker or friends? You could bring in some little treats on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna use Memento ink and I'm going to stamp it right in the center of my heart. Just like that. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals to stick it onto this heart. Now you'll notice that I waited a little bit before I stamped that black onto the pink. You want to make sure that your pink ink or whatever your base ink is, you want to make sure it's fully dry before you stamp it so that that black doesn't bleed into that pink. So I'll just use some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. I will have a full supply list below of the products that I'm using. But like I said, this video will post before these products were available to customers unless you include them as part of your starter kit. But you'll be able to order them as of January 3rd. All right, so I'll add a few more dimensionals to the back of the doily and then tuck that right into here. So cute. And then I wanted to add just a little pop of red. So I'm using from these heart epoxy droplets from the annual catalog. And what I did was I took my dark real red Stampin' Blend and I just colored the heart. I did 2 layers of ink. So I colored it, let it dry, and then colored it again using that marker. And I'll just pop this onto here like that, position it. There we go. And there it is. Super cute. I cannot wait to bake in these. I think they're gonna be so adorable to hand out for Valentine's Day. All right, so I wanted to point out, remember how I said let your pink ink dry before you stamp? Can you see the difference between those two? You can see that this one is darker, a little bit more crisp, whereas this one almost looked like it bled into the ink just a little bit, and that's because I did not wait on this one. Okay, so just a little tip for you. All right, so thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you're notified anytime I place a video. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys.